Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Golden Butterfly Film Studios channel. I hope that all of you are having a wonderful Thursday, staying warm and dry on this cold, snowy day. So, Kevin Hart has been the center of quite a bit of controversy recently. So, Cat Williams had a huge opportunity to be on Shannon Sharp's podcast, Club Shay Shay, and it has broken all types of YouTube records. But in it, he was discussing his disdain is a strong word, but his dislike for Kevin Hart, and he's actually taking his ex-wife Tori Hart on tour. So Cat Williams and Tori Hart, Mark Curry, and some other comedians who, um, you know, their careers have been stalled for a myriad of reasons. It's been rumored that, Tori Hart actually wrote some of Kevin Hart's earlier jokes when they were still married, when he was beginning. And a lot of people said that he was a lot funnier back then. But the reason why I brought that up is because Kevin Hart, in a tweet, he responded to Cat Williams, essentially calling him an industry plant. And Kevin Hart tweeted, quote, "Gotta get that anger up out of here, champ. It's honestly sad. In the meantime, please enjoy my movie trailer to my next film, Lift, which will be dropping on Netflix in 8 days. There's a moment in the trailer where Gugu Mbathia Raw says, quote, 'They really love you, and now I know that they meant Cat.'" She was talking about Cat. Mark your calendars, world. This one is special. All right, so some people have said that they really enjoyed this movie. Other people have said not so much, right? It's kind of split, like 50-50, down the middle. And so I watched it. I don't know if it's because I'm used to seeing Kevin in comedic roles, and this was more of like action packed. It wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't too bad, right? So basically, the movie begins in Venice, and you know, um, they are at an art auction, and everyone is dressed to the nines in tuxedos, and speaking Italian, and just living the glamorous life in the gondolas. And the Italian gondolas are quite extravagant. The city of um, the rivers, right? The water flows. But it says, from the Italian Job, I'm going to read an article in Variety discussing the movie. From the Italian Job to the Fate of the Furious, F. Gary Gray is no stranger to heist movies. When tasked with directing Lift, the new Netflix film starring Kevin Hart, Gray knew that he needed to add something fresh to the game. So Lift follows Kevin playing Cyrus Whitaker. So Cyrus Whitaker, he leads an international heist crew that specializes in stealing art. When Cyrus's ex-girlfriend, Abby Gladwell, who plays an Interpol agent, catches the team lifting an NFT, you guys remember those, she recruits them to lift $500 million in gold off of a plane to prevent a terrorist attack. So some people said that this was kind of unrealistic just due to the fact that gold is really heavy, and I could see that. She says, F. Gary Gray says, "It's a beloved genre. A lot of times the motivations are different, and I was really satisfied with the reason they wanted to go out and pull off this particular heist." So he was asked, "What drew you to the script?" And he says, "I was contacted by one of the heads of Kevin's production company, Heartbeat. Brian Smiley mentioned that he was a fan of Set It Off, which was the first heist movie that I did. And he mentioned The Italian Job. And he went on saying that he had a heist movie that Kevin starred in, and he left me to reconsider." He says, "At first I wasn't sure because I was like, well, what can I add to this genre that I haven't already done? But Kevin is one of the nicest, most versatile people that he's had the opportunity to work with." So I made a couple phone calls to a couple of directors that I'm familiar with that have worked with Kevin, and they said that he's a really great guy and he's looking to make a transition from comedy to more grounded action roles. So when I sat in and met him, he was everything that everyone described. He was a very nice guy, had a really great vision for what they wanted to do with this. We sat, we met, we talked, and then a couple weeks later, I was in Europe prepping the movie. Okay. So he says, you've done so many heist films throughout your career. How do you plan to make Lift stand out from the others? He said one of the biggest differences is the cast and the fact that this heist takes place 40,000 feet in the air. Yeah, that's different. I do like the premise of the movie. I think they did a really good job of making, a different way to pull off a heist successfully. This is way different than any other film I've ever done. What I'm used to seeing leads, playing these roles. There's Pierce Bronson, or Brad Pitt, or George Clooney, or Mark Wahlberg. He says, I think that it will be really interesting to see Kevin pull off something like this. Um, Again, I don't know. It's not that he wasn't believable as like a leading man in an action movie, because Kevin Hart, he does have a strong work ethic and he does work out a lot. Um, I just feel like he was like trying to oversell it in this movie. Like he was trying a little bit too hard. And if you guys know anything about Kevin, his uh I'm trying to be as, delicate as I can. His like, romantic relationships have been a bit contentious. As I mentioned, with Tori Hart, he cheated on his first wife, Tori Hart, with his now wife, Aniko Hart. And he, um, he pretty much mentioned that in one of his stand-up specials. He's like, I cheated and am I sorry? No, 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 I'm not. And that's what he said. Um, Unfortunately, or maybe it's just, people reaping what they sow, but he's been caught multiple times cheating on his now wife, Aniko Hart, with other people in Vegas. And, his best friend tried to extort him with pictures of him cheating. And I'm like, you really can't extort a man. Well, he actually put his best friend, quote unquote, best friend, in jail for extortion. But now he's trying to sue blogger Tasha K. So this is all alleged because Tasha K, she was found guilty with a $4 million settlement to Cardi B that she hasn't paid yet. Tasha K's tagline is "I ain't got it," and if she ain't got it, I definitely ain't got it because I don't have 1 million subscribers. But anyway, I said all that to say, he played a very flirtatious man throughout the movie who was constantly trying to win back his ex-girlfriend Abby. Um, but yeah, Kevin has been very open and transparent about his, you know, um, love for multiple women. He does not seem to be able to um, stay in a committed relationship. And again, like I said, you can extort someone who will tell you about their failed marriages, multiple on stage. So with Tasha K bringing his, his assistant, I'm like, I don't understand why he's suing Tasha K because she didn't tell us anything that he hasn't already told us or that, we already didn't know. But the movie, all in all, because, I don't want to give any spoilers away, but, the idea of stealing an NFT, that's new, right? So he says that's something that wasn't in the original script, but it's not only very interesting, it's very current. It is a bit current. I know the NFT craze, was really big like a few years ago, but I feel like it's died down since then. I don't really hear about people buying NFTs like I did when they first dropped. But all in all, I think this movie it was okay. The premise was different. Like I said, it wasn't my favorite movie from Kevin Hart, but it wasn't horrible. So that's my thoughts. But I want to hear from you guys. Did you see the movie? Let me know in the comments section. Also, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye.